The Doug Wright Show, where Utah news breaks on KSL News Radio, 102.7 FM and 1160 AM.
Welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Doug Wright Show at KSL News Radio. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to give you a homework assignment. I want you to go to the Doug Wright Show Facebook page. This is an easy one. Go to the Doug Wright Show Facebook page, and there you will find a brief little letter that was sent out to dear parents from Mrs. Brandy Young down in Texas. She teaches a second grade class, and while I'm giving you a homework assignment, she is not going to give her students a homework assignment. If you happen to be browsing around, go to kslnewsradio.com, and you can find the transcript of this letter as well. But let me read it to you. I want to kick off with this and get on the phone line. I want to get your reaction to this. You can text in your reaction. Of course, you can leave your thoughts on our Facebook page as well. But this is what it says. After much research this summer, I'm trying something new. Homework will only consist of work that your student didn't finish during the school day. There will be no formally assigned homework this year. This is really interesting. Listen to what she says next, and this is what is so important in this that I so appreciated in her letter. She said, research has been unable to prove that homework improves student performance. Rather, I ask that you spend your evenings doing things that are proven to correlate with student success. Eat dinner as a family, read together, play outside, and get your child to bed early. Thanks, Mrs. Brady Young. Holy cow. I read this morning, and I thought, now here is a cool and I think inspired teacher, especially for the younger grades. Now, we're not talking, high schoolers here. We're not talking college students. We're not even talking junior high school students. We're talking students in the second grade. I think this is amazing. I love what this teacher is doing. And again, I am a believer in some homework, and I think the way she's handled this is great. If your student needs to do a little catch-up in the evening, if we assign 20 problems to be answered on math that day and your child got to 17, there will be 3 for them to do when they come home. But otherwise, there are things that are proven to help with student success. Eating dinner as a family. How many times have we heard that? We've heard that from family counselors. We've heard that from religious leaders. It's just something that many people say is one of the reasons maybe that we are not as tightly knit as we used to be. We don't sit down and have family dinner together anymore. Reading together. Can you imagine if we had our Deanie Wimmer here? She would just be euphoric over this. Some of my fondest memories of childhood, it's when an adult would read to me. It was invaluable, not only to underscore the importance of reading, but the bonding with that individual, the fond memories, whether that was with my mother or my grandfather or whomever, and then playing outside. I like the fact that she said playing outside. Now, obviously in inclement weather up here in Utah, but even in the dead of winter, going outside and playing in the evening, building a snowman, whatever it might be. Yes, even though it's dark sometimes, going out, going for a walk, and then getting your child to bed early. How many times have we heard that too? From doctors, pediatricians, they say, please, get your child the proper amount of sleep. Get them to bed so they can get that sleep that is so necessary for their health and their well-being and their growth and their mental health and well-being and their ability to perform well at school. Do you support this? What if you got... Now, she cited research. So you know me. I decided, okay, I'm going to see what she's talking about. And, there are varying opinions, but this came from Duke University. And they said, and I'm quoting here, most educators agree that for children in grades K through 2, which would include Mrs. Young's students here, or pupils here, most educators agree that for children in grades K through 2, homework is more effective when it does not exceed 10 to 20 minutes a day. So very, very limited, even if you are a believer. They just say that if you are going to send homework home, it is more effective when it doesn't exceed 10 to 20 minutes a day. And then a little amount of homework may help elementary school students build study habits. But basically, it's not so much about learning the subject at that point. It's about learning the study habits at that point. So if homework really does have value in those very, very younger grades, it is extremely limited in time, and it's not so much about mastering the subject. It's having the experience of making a habit of study time. I think Mrs. Young is absolutely on the right track here. Imagine if instead of dealing with 20, 30 minutes of homework each and every night, what if you, boy, doesn't this sound magic? How about reading to your child for 15 or 20 minutes each and every night or day or afternoon, whatever the case might be? We are told how invaluable that is, and everything else that Mrs. Young suggests. I want to hear from you. KSL Talk is our number, 575-8255. From Utah County, it's 470-KSL-1.
I wanna scream and shout. There's no homework tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, for these younger kids, I want to scream and shout too. There should be no homework tonight. Unless, again, they're catching up on an assignment that they just didn't quite complete in school. So, homework. How do you feel about homework in general? Many of our kids have gone back to school in the last couple of days. I don't have any kids right now, nor do I have grandkids. So I don't have any kids in school right now. But for those especially who do, how do you feel about this? Is this a good idea or not? Get on the phone line. KSL Talk is our number, 575-8255. By the way, this letter that Mrs. Young sent home, it is going nuts on social media.
Doug Wright and his team of producers are chasing down the biggest stories. They're breaking every day on KSL News Radio.